This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Fiscally responsible, financial geniuses, monetary magicians. These are things people say about drivers who switch their car insurance to Progressive and save hundreds. Because Progressive offers discounts for paying in full, owning a home, and more. Plus, you can count on their great customer service to help you when you need it, so your dollar goes a long way. Visit Progressive.com to see if you could save on car insurance. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states or situations.
President Trump, why do you believe it's appropriate to weigh in on the racial identity of your opponent?
I read where she was not black, and then I read that she was black.
Vice President Harris?
We have someone who wants to be president who has consistently attempted to use race to divide, and I think the American people want better than that, want better than this. We all have dreams and want a president who invests in those, not in hate and division.
I'm Kamala Harris, candidate for president, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Harris for President.
Hello and welcome everybody to another episode of the Halloween podcast. I am your host, Lyle Perez. Today is October 27th, 2024, and this is episode 46 of our Haunted America series. Today we're taking a trip to Virginia, one of the most historically rich and haunted states in America. From the bloody battlefields of the Civil War to grand plantations and historic inns, Virginia is teemed with ghostly apparitions and lingering spirits. So let's not wait any further, get in the car, grab your flashlights, because we are on our way to Virginia. Our first stop is the notorious St. Albans Sanatorium in Radford. Originally built as a boys' school in 1892, the facility was later converted into a mental hospital in the early 20th century. St. Albans has a dark history, known for its cruel treatments and experimental therapies, which left many patients permanently scarred, or worse. The hospital eventually shut down in the 1990s, but the spirits of those who suffered here seem to have never left. Visitors to St. Albans reports seeing shadowy figures roaming the hallways, hearing disembodied voices, and feeling an overwhelming sense of dread in certain parts of the building. The basement is considered the most haunted, with reports of ghostly whispers and phantom touches. Paranormal investigators have even captured EVPs and strange phenomenon on camera. The sanatorium remains a popular destination for ghost hunters, offering tours and overnight stays for those brave enough to explore its haunted halls. Next, we visit Hollywood Cemetery in Richmond, one of Virginia's most famous burial grounds. Established in 1847, the cemetery is the final resting place for over 18,000 Confederate soldiers, 2 U.S. presidents, and countless others. But it's not just the living who walk these grounds. Visitors have reported seeing ghostly apparitions, including soldiers marching through the cemetery late at night. One of the cemetery's strangest legends is that of the Richmond vampire, said to dwell in W.W. Poole's tomb. Many visitors claim to hear strange noises coming from inside Poole's tomb, while others have seen shadowy figures near the graves of soldiers. Some even say they've spotted General Robert E. Lee himself, wandering the grounds with his horse, Traveler. The cemetery is still open for tours, and it remains a popular spot for history lovers and ghost hunters alike. Our next location takes us to the Exchange Hotel in Gordonsonville, a Civil War-era hospital turned museum. Built in 1860, the hotel served as a receiving hospital during the war, treating over 70,000 soldiers, many of whom did not survive their injuries. It's no surprise that the spirits of these soldiers still linger. Visitors to the museum have reported hearing the faint cries of wounded men, footsteps echoing down empty hallways, and even seen shadowy apparitions in Confederate uniforms. One of the most commonly reported phenomenon is the appearance of nurses tending to invisible patients in the hospital wing. The Exchange Hotel offers regular ghost tours, giving visitors the chance to experience these hauntings for themselves. Our next stop is Bacon's Castle in Surrey County, one of the oldest brick homes in America. Built in 1665 by Arthur Allen, the house was seized during Bacon's Rebellion in 1676, and it has a long history of ghostly activity. Visitors have reported seeing furniture moving on its own, hearing strange laughter, and even being shoved by unseen hands while walking through the mansion. Paranormal investigators have captured EVP recordings of voices from beyond the grave, and some guests claim to have seen the figure of a woman in a long white gown walking the halls. The house is open for tours, and during Halloween, they host special haunt nights, complete with ghost stories and psychic readings. Perfect place to go and enjoy some ghostly spirits. For our next stop, we head to the elegant Martha Washington Inn and Spa in Abingdon, which has a haunted history dating back to the Civil War. The building once served as a hospital for both Confederate and Union soldiers, many of whom never left. One of the most famous legends is that of the Yankee Sweetheart, a young nurse who fell in love with a Union soldier. After he died in her arms, it's said that she never left the hospital. Guests of the inn often report seeing her apparition roaming the halls, dressed in a nurse's uniform, and hearing phantom footsteps late at night. Some even claim to have seen bloodstains reappearing on the floors, only to vanish minutes later. The Martha Washington Inn is still open today, offering both luxury and a brush with the paranormal. Located in Old Town Alexandria, Gadsby Tavern Museum is a historic landmark dating back to the 18th century. It's famously haunted by the female strangler, a woman whose identity remains a mystery to this day. According to legend, she arrived at the tavern gravely ill in 1816, with her husband by her side. Before passing away, she made everyone involved swear never to reveal her name. She was buried nearby with a tombstone inscribed simply, "Female Strangler." Visitors to Gadsby Tavern report seeing her ghost roaming the halls of Room 8, the room she died in. People have also experienced cold spots and the unsettling feeling of being watched. This museum, now a tavern, offers ghost tours, allowing visitors to experience the haunting atmosphere firsthand. Next, we visit the hallowed grounds of Sailor's Creek Battlefield, where one of the final battles of the Civil War took place in April 1865. The battlefield saw immense bloodshed, with nearly a quarter of General Robert E. Lee's army killed, wounded, or captured. The eerie aftermath of the battle still lingers, with visitors reporting sightings of ghostly soldiers wandering the fields. The Overton Hillsman farmhouse, used as a hospital during the battle, is also said to be haunted. Blood stains can still be seen on the wooden floors, and many have reported hearing phantom cries and feeling intense cold spots throughout the house. The battlefield is open to visitors, offering both a glimpse into history and an encounter with the supernatural.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever think about switching insurance companies to see if you could save some cash? Progressive makes it easy. Just drop in some details about yourself and see if you're eligible to save money when you bundle your home and auto policies. The process only takes minutes, and it could mean hundreds more in your pocket. Visit Progressive.com after this episode to see if you could save. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states.
Shopify is the global commerce platform that helps you sell at every stage of your business. Shopify is there to help you grow. Shopify helps you sell everywhere, from their all-in-one e-commerce platform to their in-person POS system. Shopify's got you covered. Shopify helps you turn browsers into buyers with the internet's best converting checkout, 36% better on average compared to other leading commerce platforms, and sell more with less effort thanks to Shopify Magic, your AI-powered all-star. What I love about Shopify is how no matter how big you want to grow, Shopify gives you everything you need to take control and take your business to the next level. Shopify powers 10% of all e-commerce in the U.S., and Shopify is the global force behind Allbirds, Rothy's, and Brooklinen, and millions of other entrepreneurs of every size across 175 countries. Plus, Shopify's award-winning help is there to support your success every step of the way. Because businesses that grow with Shopify. Sign up for a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/Westwood1, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/Westwood1 now to grow your business, no matter what stage you're in. Shopify.com/Westwood1.
This is a mini meditation guided by Bombas. Repeat after me. I'm comfy. I'm cozy. I have 0 blisters on my toes. And that's because I wear Bombas, the softest socks, underwear, and t-shirts that give back. One purchased equals one donated. Now go to bombas.com/listen and use code LISTEN for 20% off your first purchase. That's bombas.com/listen and use code LISTEN at checkout.
Built in 1773, the public hospital in Williamsburg is known as America's oldest psychiatric hospital, and it carries an unsettling legacy of suffering and ghostly presence. Originally designed as a place of treatment for the mentally ill, the hospital quickly became notorious for its outdated and brutal practices, including cold water immersion therapy, isolated chambers, and even early forms of electroshock therapy. Throughout its history, the hospital also served as a wartime facility during the Revolutionary War, housing wounded British and American soldiers, many of whom died within its walls. Some say the spirits of these soldiers and the hospital's many former patients linger, reliving their torment long after their deaths. Visitors to the public hospital museum often report an eerie silence broken only by a faint whisper, distant moans, and the chilling sound of footsteps echoing through corridors. Shadowy figures are a common sight, slipping through dimly lit hallways and disappearing just as suddenly. Some have felt invisible hands brush against their skin, and objects reportedly move on their own, especially in the rooms that once held patients in confinement. It's said that the spirits here are drawn to those who sympathize with the hospital's dark history, revealing themselves in subtle but unmistakable ways. The public hospital now serves as a museum, allowing visitors to step back into an unsettling past and experience the heavy, haunting atmosphere for themselves. Perched in the Blue Ridge Mountains, Swannanoa Palace was constructed in 1912 as an opulent retreat for millionaire James Dooley and his beloved wife Sally. The grand estate, with its marble floors, sprawling gardens, and Tiffany-stained glass windows depicting Sally, was meant to be their sanctuary. However, following Sally's death, the palace grew eerily quiet, and stories of her lingering spirit began to surface. Guests report seeing Sally's ghostly figure drifting through the grand halls, often by the stained glass window that bears her likeness, as if she's drawn to this eternal memorial of her beauty. Some say Sally's presence can be felt most in her former bedroom, where visitors experience sudden temperature drops and overwhelming feeling of sadness. Paranormal investigators who have visited the palace captured chilling evidence of paranormal activity, including objects that seem to move by unseen hands, and mysterious voices that echo through empty corridors. Many who tour Swannanoa leave with a sense that Sally is still watching over her beloved palace, unwilling to abandon the place she once called home. The palace is open for guided tours, inviting visitors to walk its haunted halls and perhaps experience the lingering sorrow that hangs in the air. Our final stop brings us to Virginia's infamous Bunny Man Bridge, a site shrouded in legend and fear. Officially known as Colchester Overpass, this secluded railroad bridge in Clifton is connected to one of the state's most chilling urban legends. According to the tale, a man dressed in a ragged bunny costume began terrorizing the area in the 1970s, wielding an axe and threatening those who dared to cross the bridge after dark. Some say he was the spirit of an escaped asylum patient, while others believe he was a flesh and blood man with sinister intentions. But as the story grew, sightings of strange figures near the bridge at night sparked rumors that the Bunny Man was more than just a local legend. Locals warned that anyone who crosses the bridge after midnight may encounter his spirit, or perhaps something even darker. Visitors report hearing eerie footsteps following them across the bridge, often accompanied by faint, menacing laughter echoing from the shadows. Some claim to see shadowy figures hiding among the trees and feel an unshakable sense of being watched. Occasionally, ghost hunters brave enough to investigate report a sudden drop in temperature and a thick, unsettling silence as they approach the bridge, heightening the feeling of something unnatural lurking nearby. Though many chalk it up to urban legend, Bunny Man Bridge continues to attract thrill seekers hoping to catch a glimpse of this phantom figure. And there we have it, everybody. That is our look at the wonderful state of Virginia. Such an awesome state with a lot of colonial history. So I hope you guys have been enjoying this Haunted America series. We are so close to the end. I know I keep saying it, but honestly, as I do more and more of these, I'm getting sadder and sadder because I'm no longer going to be doing these. You know, it's something that I like doing. I mean, I like being in front of the camera, doing the research, doing these scripts. It is a lot of work, though. It's a lot of work. So if you like what I'm doing here, please leave me a 5-star review on either Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts from. It really does help grow the audience of the Halloween podcast. We're not a very big show. We don't have a lot of production going on here. I'm just one dude sitting in front of a microphone, talking into it, telling ghost stories to all of you guys. So leaving us that 5-star review really does help get us new listeners. If you have any questions, comments, or want to suggest anything for a future show, send me an email, thehalloweenpodcast@gmail.com. And also, I am looking for guests, so if you feel like you want to be on the Halloween podcast, you think you'd be a good fit, send me an email, thehalloweenpodcast@gmail.com. Let me know. We'll see if we can figure out a topic, and we will get you on. If you want to support the Halloween podcast, head over to our website, thehalloweenpodcast.com. Check out our merch store. We got a lot of cool stuff up there. Feel free to order anything and help out the show. And if you're on Facebook, go to our Facebook page, facebook.com/thehalloweenpodcast. Like our page. And yeah, I post a lot of cool stuff up there, so go give that a like so you can check out all of the cool things that I post there. Make sure you come back tomorrow because we are so close to the end of Haunted America. We only got a few more states, guys. So tomorrow is Washington. Yeah, we're going to be heading there. All right, I will see you guys later. Have a good night.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Fiscally responsible, financial geniuses, monetary magicians. These are things people say about drivers who switch their car insurance to Progressive and save hundreds. Because Progressive offers discounts for paying in full, owning a home, and more. Plus, you can count on their great customer service to help you when you need it, so your dollar goes a long way. Visit Progressive.com to see if you could save on car insurance. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states or situations.
Saving for a lifetime? Investing for the first time? Becoming debt-free? You can do anything you put your money to. Learn how to make your money work harder with money, career, and investing tips in our Women Talk Money community. Plus, get in on free events and candid convos. Join today at fidelity.com/womentalkmoney. Investing involves risk, including risk of loss. Fidelity Brokerage Services, member NYSE, SIPC.
New markdowns up to 70% off are at Nordstrom Rack stores now. From fresh kicks to perfect gifts, there's always a find.
Levi's, Page, Frame, all the best denim. Why do I rack? Because check out these boots. I always score at Rack.
Head to your Nordstrom Rack store to find amazing deals on all things winter. Great brands, great prices. That's why you rack.
Vice President Kamala Harris.
I get it. The cost of rent, groceries, and utilities is too high. So here's what we're going to do about it. We will lower housing costs by building more homes and crack down on landlords who are charging too much. We will lower your food and grocery bills by going after price gougers who are keeping the cost of everyday goods too high. You work hard for your paycheck. You should get to keep more of it. As president, I'll make that my priority.
I'm Kamala Harris, candidate for president, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Harris for President.
When you need mealtime inspiration, it's worth shopping Kroger for thousands of appetizing ingredients that inspire countless mouth-watering meals. And no matter what tasty choice you make, you'll enjoy our everyday low prices. Plus, extra ways to save, like digital coupons worth over $600 each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump with points. So you can get big flavors and big savings. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.